today we are going to talk about 10 tips and me giving you advice on going back to school. Um, First, let me say this. I had so much fun in junior high. It's still, looking back, like one of the best times of my life. And I just think back to it all the time and have some of my fondest memories that I've ever had from my years in junior high. And they say that about high school, that that's supposed to be your time. For me, it wasn't. High school was fine, but junior high was so much fun. And in junior high, there's a lot more personal focus on you and constructive criticism that you can get from your teachers or from your peers on like your homework and everything like that, and you're still being very like nurtured in junior high. And honestly, the lunch in junior high was amazing. We could have fries every day, cheeseburgers, whatever. We had like this whole section of amazing food, or you could get like the standard school lunch. In high school, it was just standard school lunch that you were stuck with, or bringing your own. And I am not organized enough to do that. You'll hear more about that later in the video. But so I just most of the time ordered the sides and didn't eat the rest of it. But junior high food was amazing. So whatever phase you're in, enjoy it, and it will be fun, and you will get through it, and you will make some great friends and build some great relationships that may be with you the rest of your life even. And high school, don't think I'm saying you can't have fun in high school, because some people, high school is their junior high, like it was for me. Some people have their greatest times and their greatest moments in high school, and either way, whatever phase you're in, whatever grade you're going into, have fun and enjoy it and be in that moment, because you only get to do it once. And in high school, there's the dances, and even in junior high, we had dances, and you don't get to do that as an adult. Like, you don't get to just put on this amazingly beautiful prom dress and go to a prom party. Those things don't happen when you're an adult so much, unless you're a princess. And as much as I pretend to be, I haven't had a ball since I've been grown up. So just enjoy where you are. And we're going to move on, and it's going to sound like really kind of serious topics. And I just want you guys to know that I am trying to help you. I am trying to give you some tools to deal with things that you're going to experience. Some hopefully you're not going to experience, but if you do, I want you guys to feel confident and equipped to deal with them. So please just take this video as an uplifting thing. Don't let it freak you out even more or scare you even more, because that is the last thing I would want to do. I've taken a lot of time to think about this, and it's a longer video, but because I have a lot to cover. But I just want you guys to know that I'm here for you. I've got your back, and you guys can come to me for any advice, or don't ever be afraid to talk to your parents or your friends, and have fun, because you are starting a whole new phase in your life, and you have school supplies, which are awesome. I love school supply shopping. And maybe you went some back to the school clothing shopping, and it is an exciting time. So enjoy it, first of all. So now on to my 10 tips and advice. So my number one tip is to focus on what you're there for. So focus on school. Don't let your grades suffer, or miss assignments, or miss school because of anything social wise. It's great to have friends. It's great to be in extracurricular activities, but even those have requirements. So if that's important to you, you have to keep up a certain GPA, and try and get and stay on the honor roll, because that's going to look really good for you in the long term, especially in high school. it really matters, but it really matters before that too. A lot of people think that in junior high you can just, you know, kind of slack off and get whatever grades you want because once you're looking at colleges, they're going to look at your high school grades. But seriously, junior high is your build up to high school. So you want to do the best that you can so that you're going in there into high school, entering in at your strongest and at your strongest point, and you know that you can get these grades in these classes, and you know what AP classes you can take and how much of a load you can handle. So put your full self into it and put your full force into it so that you can prove to yourself how much you're capable of, because it's really important, and a lot of us really underestimate ourselves and don't think we can handle a certain class, or maybe you don't think you're smart enough for a certain class, but you are. If you bunker down and study and find a study partner, is another good piece of advice. Find somebody in the class who you can get along with, but you're not gonna spend the time like you would with a best friend, like slacking off and giggling if you get together to study, because I've done that and it's not super productive. But if you can maintain that with your best friend, that's great. But find somebody who works for you that will actually focus on the subject with you, and never be afraid to ask for help from your teachers. That is what they're there for. That is going to let them know that you really care and you're invested in this, and it's just going to make you look like a better student. And the more you get to know your teachers and their expectations of you, because they can be vastly different. Junior high is when you start switching classes for most people, and they only have this certain amount of time with you. So for them to get to know you one on one and get to know your personality and that you're serious about your schoolwork, it takes some effort to communicate with them and build that relationship. So just that's my number one tip. And number two is know your self worth. Before you're going into school, literally look at yourself in a mirror, do whatever you need to just look at yourself inwards and outwards. Appearance is not everything, ever. If you are a great person inside, that matters so much more than your outward appearance, because that's what counts. I'm a Christian, and that's what counts to God. God made me, so he thinks I'm beautiful on the outside, one. And two, he cares how I act and how I act towards others, and about being kind to others and having a good soul and having a good heart and wanting to leave people and conversations and anything I'm engaging in better than when it started. So if I meet somebody, for example, I want to leave them on a higher note and put some positivity into their life in any way I can, rather than leave them feeling worse when we walk away from a conversation. So know your self-worth before you go in there, because if you're gonna have people saying stupid things about you, bad things, maybe rumors, and as long as you can have enough self-worth and knowing yourself, you can know that you're more than that, and you can try to let it roll off your shoulders. And whatever you do, don't let them into your heart and don't let them into your soul to turn you into being more like them, because that is the last thing you want. You know how it feels when people are being that way to you, so you don't want to become that way. So that's number two. And number three, which ties right in, is bullying. I think everyone gets bullied at some point in their life, but to the degree is a lot different for a lot of people. I think any form of tearing somebody down, name calling, rumors, everything I just mentioned, if it's done on a repeated basis, I consider that bullying. But there is also bullying that goes way beyond that I've never experienced, and I hope that you guys aren't experiencing. I was thinking a lot about this, and when I was in junior high, I made my first email, and I still have that same email address to this day as my personal email. But it's very reminiscent of junior high. And we had AIM, which I still use to this day. I am, so that's still cool. And I think there was that MySpace, which I never used, but Facebook wasn't around until I was like just starting college, and Instagram and all that. You know, these are all new things. Maybe not to you guys, but just in the way of your parents protecting you and you being protected, there are so many more ways today than when I was in junior high and high school that people can get to you and people can bully you and they can cyberbully you. They can bully you at school. And it's a lot to take. It's a lot to take in, and just protect yourselves from that as much as you can. And I was talking to a girl about this, and her name's Nicole, but on Twitter sometimes it's hard to tell. But she was talking to me about how nervous she was about going into junior high, and I literally said junior high was the best time of my life, like, other than being an adult now, and you know, but it's not all it's cracked up to be being an adult either. So enjoy these moments that you're in. Don't let anybody ruin them for you, because it only happens once. And she was getting cyberbullied on Twitter, and my advice to her was just get rid of that person. Like, get rid of them on your Twitter, get rid of them on your YouTube, get rid of them on Facebook, whatever you're using, just get rid of it. Like, don't even give it the time and attention, because that's what these people want that are bullying. Believe it or not, it is something inside of them that is the problem and the cause of this, and they are doing this to make you feel bad about yourself, because this is sick, but it makes them feel better about themselves. And that is a sad way to need to get self-worth, which is what we just talked about. You can have that on your own and kind of be impenetrable to these people and what they're saying. Don't let it in, and don't let it change who you are, and definitely don't let it change your heart. Don't let it darken your heart, and don't let it make you more like them. Still be kind, even to them. Kill them with kindness. Don't kill them, but just be as kind as you can back. If it gets to a certain level, though, you do have to tell someone, an adult or an authority figure, if something is turning physical, or you're actually like so bothered by it that it's affecting your life in a really serious way, or if you're getting threatened, please tell somebody, because that's where it gets to a really scary level. And you want to stay protected, but as much as you can, just rise above it, guys. Take the high road. That is always my advice. Take the high road, which means, if you haven't heard that before, it means if they're doing this crappy stuff to you and they're taking this low road, rise above it. Like, rise above. That doesn't mean that you're better than them, because we don't want to say we're better than anybody, but rise above the drama and the rudeness and the meanness, and just go over it, and don't acknowledge it. Don't give it the time of day. Don't feed into them. It's like, if you think of it as an analogy, it's like if something is hungry for, they're doing this mean stuff and they're hungry for the attention back, or they're hungry for the fight, because that's what they want. And if you are engaging in them, you're just feeding them. So what's going to happen? They're going to grow, and it's going to grow, and it's going to become more of an issue, and it's going to give them more power. And that's what you don't want. You want them to feel like they are powerless into infiltrating your little happy world. So just think that way about bullies. And remember, please tell somebody, though, if it's on a serious level and if you really feel scared. Number 4 is comparing yourself to others. Okay, this is a big thing. When I was in school, this is not bragging. This is not saying I'm awesome and spectacular and I have so much money, because nobody does, at least not real people that I know. But don't compare yourself to others as far as what they're wearing, what they look like, what makeup they have, whatever. When I was in junior high, I literally wore Clinique powder, and I think that's it. And and a lot of glitter. I used to get straight up glitter from Michaels and wear that like everywhere, but that was a thing when I was in junior high. But probably don't do that either now. But don't compare yourself to others. Like, if I just showed you guys brands in a haul video, if somebody has Abercrombie and you're like, oh man, my stuff is from Kmart, who cares? Like, that means I shop there sometimes, but I like to get everything on sale, and I like to find the best prices, and I go to outlets and whatever. But if you found something that you love and that you're comfortable in and whatever, why not spend less money at Target or Kmart or Walmart or wherever your parents take you shopping? It is nothing to be ashamed of. And the reason I got to kind of get clothes from wherever I want for back to school shopping time with my mom was because I'm an only child. There are a lot of people who aren't. My husband, for example, he didn't get like the latest clothes, the latest toys, the latest anything. Like, it wasn't just handed to him anytime he wanted something. And that's normal life, really. I'm I'm not like a brat, I hope, but I think I was a bit spoiled. And like I said, I think that's just because I was an only child and my mom could do that, but you by no means need to. I remember a story with a really serious relationship that I had, and the person's mom it was a high school relationship, so it was when I was young, but the person's mom said to me, like, don't expect that he's gonna wear all these name brand clothes because you do. And it was before she really knew me, so no judgment there either. But I guess that's what she expected me to be like, and I'm not like that at all. So I was like, oh no, like, just because this shirt is from Abercrombie, so it's kind of the perfect time to tell the story because this fits in. But like, this is from Abercrombie, but do I expect my friends or somebody that I dated at the time to be wearing Abercrombie because I am? Definitely not. Like, I don't care what you're wearing or where you shop, as long as, like I said, I'm a germaphobe. As long as you shower, dude, and your personal upkeep is good, I don't mind, like, anything. And it's completely unreasonable to think that just because somebody else wears something that they're going to expect you to wear that, or that you should expect to wear that because they're wearing that. So just do you. That's kind of a whatever phrase that I don't use a lot, but just do you. Find what you're comfortable in, wear that. Find makeup you like. If you don't want to wear makeup, don't wear makeup. If you're in junior high, I didn't wear makeup. A lot of people didn't wear makeup, and I know that it's a changing era with YouTube and the beauty channels and channels like mine, or channels that are even more focused on beauty. But I just like to keep it real life with you guys, and it's not going to matter later at all if you wore makeup every day of junior high. It's just not. People need to like you for you, and you need to like you for you. So don't compare yourself to others because there's only one of you. So don't waste it. Show yourself to the world and let them experience you because you're worth it. My fifth tip is fitting in. So if you don't feel like you fit in, try and engage with people. Try and give them the benefit of the doubt if it seems like there's cliques and if it seems like people are kind of keeping you on the outside. First, try and engage with them and try and befriend them and get involved in whatever you want to, whatever groups, whatever lunch table you want to sit at. But if they're not nice to you, find somewhere else that you're going to fit in, because there is somewhere that you're going to fit in with, even if it's with other people who don't feel like they fit in. That's still a group, and it's a common group, and it's still somebody that you can befriend and confide in and feel like you belong with. And if it's not in school during school hours, find an activity where you can do that. Like I said, extracurricular activities really help. I was in choir forever, for all of my years of school, and I met a lot of people through that. Or I was on the swim team and I met a lot of people through that. So just, even if you don't feel like you fit in at the end of any of this, don't make it be or let it be so hard on yourself, because it's okay if you don't fit in, because you're being yourself and that's all you need to be. So confide in the friends that you do have, and just make that work for yourself. And again, don't let it bring you down.